Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, people of the jury. Today we are doing something a little bit more different when it comes to the channel, because usually it's just gaming. But today we are doing a review of the one and only Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I have in fact just finished. So now this is going to be a spoiler-free review. All that I'm going to say is my own personal thoughts on it. And then, just a few little nitpicking, but there's not many, but there's just a couple, but that's just the sake for nitpicking. Now, to start off with, what can we say? This movie has it all. It's got all the action you could want, and it is a slow burner. So it starts off where you think it left off in Batman v Superman, and then it continues on from that one with a nice paced storyline, and it fills in so many of the blanks that were in Josh Whedon's cut. However, I did watch that movie and I liked it at the time. It was pretty good, and then this came out, and then we all heard Zack Snyder's Justice League is being released with Ben Affleck as the Bat again, and Darkseid in it, and everyone else that's in it. I'm not going to give too many spoilers away, only what's actually out there. So, touching on Ben Affleck himself back as the Batman, like the reshooted scenes, you can tell they're reshot because Ben Affleck is a little bit more slimmed down again, because he's got himself back in shape from being a bit of a tubby Ben, and hats off to him for that one, because it's good for your health to be in shape and whatnot, and to see him back in the cowl, especially for that nightmare scene. Oh, that scene is brilliant. And by the end of the movie, you are wondering to yourself if there is going to be a Justice League 2, with the the whole table set up like Bruce Wayne says at the end of Justice League, that if there's going to be an actual table and they all sit down. Personally, I would love it if they actually do a number 2 with Zack Snyder at the helm, because Zack has that particular vision of the nitty gritty of how Justice League would be. Because if you've watched the other one and you watch this one, you can see the completely different angles of what people would go for. Personally, I like the more nitty gritty and the darker tones, which there is a lot more of that, and the action scenes are a lot more better choreographed. Well, they look better choreographed, even though some of it is the same, but there's not much of Josh Whedon's Justice League in this. So pretty much it is all just Zack Snyder's vision, and it's flawless, to say I wouldn't say flawless. There are, like I said, some nitpicking. There's, like, when it comes to Wonder Woman, the music is a little different for some of her scenes. I would say the better word would be annoying for my personal taste. I could be wrong. It is entirely up to you. If you prefer this music, that's fine. Then there's a few songs that were in Josh Whedon's version that I thought made that scene that could have been carried over into this one, but they did do a really good job. Now, another nitpicking is some of the CG work. It could be a bit better, but you could tell it's CG, but nevertheless it is up there, and it does the movie justice. No puns intended. And seeing Superman in the black suit instead of the blue is really cool, because I personally like the black suit. I'll even do a full costume of that myself one day, but seeing him actually like pick that one out over his blue and red one, which is always cool. And then there's also the nightmare scene, which people already know that it is in this movie. It does send a little bit of shivers down your spine of the dialogue that goes on in it, and the actual siege of the tower that we got to see in Sweden's version. It was chop and change, and to say the least, there was like too much humor in Whedon's. I can never say his name properly. Anyway, in the original Justice League, there was just too much humor when, especially with Batman. Batman is not meant to be a funny kind of character. He is meant to be dark and brooding. Where in this version, it is just so much more better. As for the other characters, you actually get to see them develop more, especially Cyborg, because in the other one he's very cut straight. That's it. That's pretty much all you get. In this one, he's much more flushed out. And you get to see why he is the way he is, which is more understandable now than it was in the other one. Steppenwolf, much more imposing now than he was before, and I like how they did certain things with Steppenwolf, like the armor, how it is like polymorphic, where it changes to his body to how he wants it to look, which is really cool, and a very good job done on the CGI in that one. However, like I said, there was some parts in it that were just a little bit nitwritten, but that's just nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking. Jared Leto's Joker, like you see in the trailers and all that, he is back as well, and the banter between him and the Bat is fantastic. Now, if they do another Justice League, that'd be really cool to see. And if they brought Darkseid into the actual full-on battle, did the actual nightmare apocalypse scene, that would be awesome as well. Or if they could steer it in a completely different direction. However, only time can tell if they will actually do it. And then also, it does set up a very good Ben Affleck Batman solo movie. However, that if they do that, I hope it doesn't interfere with Robert Pattinson's Batman, which is also going to be pretty good, I hope, as well. But I still have a partial spot for Ben Affleck as the Bat, hence why my own suit is Ben Affleck's. So if they do that, that would be fantastic. If they don't, I'll be slightly bummed out. If they do, what would you think it would be? Leave it in the comment section below if you think it's going to be a really good one or kind of crap. But I think Warner Brothers needs to pull their thumb out of their ass and actually, listen to the fans like they did with releasing the Snyder Cut, and listen to the fans what they want about keeping Henry Cavill as Superman, Ben Affleck as Batman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Like the trinity they have made here. Well, it's not a trinity, but you get the point. This is the Justice League we deserved, so to speak, and this movie has done justice to what the original vision of Zack Snyder would have been, and I love it right at the end how it says in the memory of their daughter, which is just an absolute bang on the nose, perfect touch, in my opinion. Alright, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see some more reviews, spoiler free, or even with some spoilers, I would be more than happy to do so. Just leave it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't seen Justice League yet, get into it, because it is worth it. And until the next one,